and welcome to Orion Outreach. I am Joe Johnson, and I'm joined by a very special guest. Kristi Schons from Daisy Project Michigan is sitting by my side, and we're going to talk about some things that are happening in the Lake Orion community. Kristi, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
My first question to you is, what is Daisy Project Michigan?
The Daisy Project Michigan is a nonprofit organization that was formed to help special needs children and their families. Our mission is to obtain special needs equipment that is no longer being used by families and then get it to other special needs families and children that need it. Because a lot of the equipment is no longer, unfortunately, covered by insurance, so they really struggle to find coverage. And we focus on recreational equipment and then also recreational goods that can get these kids out into the community and enjoy it life with everybody else.
Oh, that's terrific. So it's really to try and help families cut down on expenses?
Well, not just cut down on expenses, but the ability to have, for example, like get a jogger. Like I'm lucky enough that I have something called a WIKE, which is a special needs jogger that can turn in from a regular jogger into a bike trailer. So a lot of people have probably seen me around town, and this looks like a mini smart car almost, because Xander's 13 now, so I push him in that. So our idea is to try to get things like that so that these kids can get out, and these parents, I mean, a lot of the parents can't do that. You can't go run without your child. You need to take the child with you for whatever reason.
Right.
And they're 13 years old, and you need something special to adapt to them.
Right.
So things like that. Or for example, we'd like to do some, we went recently to a vacation in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which is one of the most accessible places in the United States. And they have these magnificent beach mats. So you can push somebody in a wheelchair right down onto the sand, which people take that for granted. I mean, most people can just walk onto the sand, but unfortunately a wheelchair can't really move on the sand. So that's what we like to do around here as well. So we raise money for things like that, and then also things like Let Them Play, which is the special needs playground that we have here at Friendship Park.
All right, we're going to talk about that in 1 second, but I'm curious, this equipment that you just mentioned, how does it come into your possession? Do you just outright purchase it? Earlier you said that maybe it changes hands. Talk about how you obtain the equipment.
So we use social media, and then we also have a website, www.thedaisyprojectmi.com, and people can reach out to us. So for example, Xander or another child, if they had say a stander or a walker that they maybe used and then outgrew, because they're all growing kids, so then they grow into the next stage or the next size of that equipment, then that family can contact us, and then we can get it to a family that needs it. Say their child's broke. A lot of times it takes a long time to get equipment. For example, Xander's wheelchair was ordered, I think it was probably 6 weeks ago, and it's going to take about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And insurance will only cover a new wheelchair every so often, like 4 or 5 years. So when you have a growing teenage boy, that doesn't always work.
Right, right. So now describe the connection between the Daisy Project Michigan and the Let Them Play playground.
So last year, Sister Souls headed up a wonderful cause with the community, and we all raised over $60,000. And they built this Let Them Play, which is a special needs playground out at Friendship Park that we were very lucky to have. And I am friends with Kim and Stacy, who are the ones that are Sister Souls. And so now the Daisy Project was formed earlier this year in February. We're officially a 501c3c nonprofit now. And we have decided to take on the Let Them Play kind of initiative. So we want to expand the playground. Like, it's so great, but we want to make it even better. And then our goal is to eventually, hopefully someday, get a adapted baseball field here in Lake Orion, because there's nothing local really. There's a Challenger League in Clinton Township, which isn't obviously that close, or the Miracle League, which is in Southfield. There is, I know, a special needs league that there is one team here in Lake Orion, but we would like to make it bigger and better, and we would draw from the surrounding communities like Oxford and Metamora and that kind of thing, and bring them into the community where there's just a field for these kids, that's safe environment for them to play.
That's awesome. Now, I was there, I think it was like in November or something, when you had the groundbreaking for Let Them Play, and then in the spring you had the grand opening. What have you seen since then? Now, I've been to Friendship Park a couple of times, and I've seen that area being used. What have you come back and how have you seen the community embrace the playground?
It's been great for the most part. At the beginning, we had a little bit of problem, and we're still trying to educate the community and the public. A lot of people don't understand when they walk up; they think it's like a surf swing or something. We did have the wheelchair symbol and wheelchairs only put on the equipment. So we're asking the community, if they see somebody on it, please tell them to get off, because I see a lot of multiple children on the swing, and those chains just aren't made for that. They're just made for one wheelchair to be on there and the kids swinging. So
yeah, I'd heard just before the grand opening that the chains were broken.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this, please keep in mind that that equipment is not for that sort of use. It's for the kids who don't have access to the other playground equipment, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Like, it's easy, you know, we see, like I said, we see multiple children on there. I mean, I even see adults on there, and a lot of it is just education. We just need to educate each other so people understand that they can just walk over to the other swing. But if there's two swings, and if they break and they're not replaceable, it's going to be a problem.
So you're still in the process of raising funds to, I would imagine, keep that area maintained and expand upon it.
Right. Yeah. So we want to make sure if the chains do break, that there's money there to fix the swing. And we would also like to make it bigger and better. The surface is very costly. That was the biggest cost of that playground. So in order to expand it, we need to raise a lot more money again. But we would eventually, I mean, we'd like to put in one of those, you know, just like the big, huge playscape that they have, that the kids run up, that big, huge one. You know, there's accessible ones, and we can put in tons. There's so much other equipment that we can get out there for these kids so that they can come, and it can really put Lake Orion on the mark for being a public park that has an adapted playground.
Now, we're going to be talking about a major fundraiser coming up, but before we get to that, are there other fundraisers that you do? In what ways throughout the year do you raise funds to help support this project? So
for the Daisy Project itself, we do have fundraisers that just support the Daisy Project. So there's various ones that we have throughout the year. We just are officially a 501c3, so we haven't had too many, but we did do a pub crawl in Rochester. And there's 7 of us involved in the Daisy Project, so we tend to have them all over kind of the city. We try not to do it just in Lake Orion, because we just want to do a local community in areas and support everybody, not just kids in Lake Orion. Sure. We had that, and then we also had at Main Street Billiards in Rochester. We did a Stephanie Gearhart from Prime Designs was nice enough to host a 80s night, which was interesting and very fun and brought out a lot of people. So those are the 2 so far that we've had, and then this one's coming up, which is Palooza on September 12th at Wildwood Amphitheater here in Lake Orion. That all the money raised from that event, all the proceeds from that are going directly to the Let Them Play Fund that we will oversee to make sure that there's always money there to keep the playground working and bigger and better.
Great, and we're going to talk about that fundraiser in the second half of this episode of Orion Outreach. We'll be right back after this.
Hey y'all, come on down to Friendship Park for Barn Days on September 12th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We got pony rides, a pet and farm, games, inflatables, and so much more. Plus the food is just amazing. Maybe enjoy a hayride with the family. But watch out, there's some people around here that don't know the Civil War is over. The cost is just $5 per car, so don't miss Barn Days, September 12th, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Friendship Park. If y'all want more information, call 248-391-0304, extension 305, or check out oriontownship.org.
And welcome back to Orion Outreach. I'm Joe Johnson, and I am now joined by a new guest, Shannon Jones, who is the sister-in-law of Kristi Schons, and she's going to talk about a major fundraiser that's coming up that is going to benefit the Let Them Play playground. So Shannon, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. We have a major fundraiser coming up not too far in the near future. Is this the second annual Palooza?
This is the second annual Palooza. Last year we started it off for the Let Them Play playground, and we're continuing it this year. It's September 12th, and all of the funds go to the special needs playground that's right here in Orion Township at Friendship Park. And it's for the upkeep and expansion of the playground. We've gotten a lot of joy out of seeing all of the children being able to play that normally couldn't swing, even adults enjoying that wheelchair swing. So we want to make sure that we have funds to keep it going, expand it, and possibly someday soon have a baseball field too.
Great. Yeah, it's been a great addition to the community. Now, Palooza is going to be taking place at the same location, Wildwood Amphitheater. That's owned by the Township, correct?
Yes.
Now, describe the day. When it's a day-long event, from what I understand. Talk about when it starts, when it ends, and what's going to be happening during the event.
It is September 12th. It starts at noon, and it ends at 9 o'clock. So it's an all-day event. We have live music, start to finish, with 8 different acts performing. We're really excited. We have expanded it to have a cornhole tournament now, which you can sign up for, and that'll be by Motor City Cornhole, who is sponsoring that event. We have activities for children, bounce houses, pony rides, petting zoos, face painting, you name it. It's there, fun for everybody.
Food and refreshments?
Yes, we
I
have.
would hope so.
O'Haver's Flavors will be there, Buffalo Wild Wings, and Chicago Brothers Pizza, Kona Ice. We have a beer tent. There'll be Michigan craft beer, domestic beer and wine.
Oh, wow.
We also have some vendors coming in. You can do shopping as well. 31 things and premier jewelry and a bunch more.
So you said 8 different performers are going to be there. Are they going to play for what, about maybe 45 minutes to an hour per act?
Yes.
Okay.
A couple of acts will be having 2 sets of 45 minutes.
Okay.
And we will be posting that on our Facebook pages as well. So you want to check out Palooza on Facebook.
Terrific.
And we'll have all of that information as far as set times for everybody.
Okay. Wide variety of music. What are we talking about? Country, rock, pop,
We have
a little bit of everything?
a little bit of everything, yes.
That's awesome.
We have country, rock, pop, some originals and covers, so it'll be nice.
How did you connect with these bands? How did you reach out to these bands? And are these bands volunteering their time? Or?
Yes, and that's
Oh,
we
that's awesome.
really want to thank all of the bands for their time. All of them are doing this completely free of charge. You know, they could be performing anywhere else, making a lot of money, but no, they want to be here and help this event. So we just going around, checking local places and coming in contact with different people. It's been amazing. The support we've received, we've had to turn people away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's been really great that so many people have heard about the event and wanted to participate and help in any way they can. And it's a good problem to have,
Yeah.
but you know, I hate turning people away, but we're planning on continuing this event for years to come. So.
Are some of the acts returning from last year?
Yes, Trip and Dixie performed
they're
last year.
outstanding.
They
They're
are
good.
outstanding, and they will be back this year too. So we're
that's
really
great.
excited to have them back again.
Terrific. What's your goal for the event? What are you hoping to raise from this one event?
I would like to see $15,000 raised.
Great.
Would
Now,
be-
if someone wants to attend, I imagine there's an admission fee. Talk
It's
about
a
that.
$5 donation,
Oh,
so
that's
there's not a minimum charge per person. It's just $5 donation. We lowered that from last year. 12 and under are free.
And then money's raised through the sales of all the other things. And
Yes, all the food and different things. We're also having popcorn and cotton candy and a lot of different things.
great. So the main way for someone to get more information, you recommend through Facebook? Or
Through
is there-
Facebook, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So just what, 2015 Palooza?
Palooza 2015.
Great.
You'll see the event.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to add? You think there's anything else people need to know about?
I just encourage everybody to please come out. It's going to be a great time. Again, all day, 12 to 9, and it's fun for everybody. So please come out and join us.
Yeah, we were there last year with our ONTV camera, and it was just an outstanding event. So good luck with this event. I hope you reach your goal, and I'm sure it'll be a really great time for the community.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, thanks for being here. And thank you for watching Orion Outreach. I'm Joe Johnson, and we'll see you again next time.